Hey class, congratulations and welcome to topic 2. So in this video, I'm going to be covering both of your assignments that are due within this particular week. So again, I'm going to cover each one. So make sure that you watch this video until the end because success leaves clues and I try to leave you as many clues as possible. So I do want to start first with the summary of intent. So let's go ahead and go over to that particular section here in the topic area. And again, you can access that area on the left-hand side margin as well. So again, this project is not due until week 5 or topic 5. Okay, so for you to carry out this project, you still have 3 or 4 weeks. Okay, this particular week, all you need to do is submit what you plan to do. And I want to give you some shortcuts because I understand that, trying to get permission to do a volunteer experience might be difficult in some cases. Okay, so I've already given you a list of what you can possibly do. I'm pretty flexible, but let me go into the assignment here real quick to kind of talk about what is required of you. As you can see here, you want to find an opportunity to demonstrate servant leadership in an organization. And again, this could be a Boys and Girls Club. If you're on campus, a lot of students use the local food bank, anywhere that you can go and volunteer and serve others, okay? Very important. That could be your local church. That could be you coaching a youth baseball team, whatever you can do, okay? The project calls for 3 to 4 hours. I'm completely okay. If you could only get a couple of hours in, I'm okay with that. What I want you to do is to make sure that you head over to topic 5 and look at the requirements for the assignment to make sure that you can meet the requirements for the assignment before you choose what you want to do and before you choose how many hours you need to volunteer. So again, all of this will be located in topic 5, and that's when the actual project is due. And there'll be more information on how you can deliver that particular project, okay? There's a form linked right here. So I want to go ahead and go to this form to show you what the form looks like because it's super, super simple to fill out. When it comes to the name of the organization, obviously you are going to put the name of the organization that you plan to volunteer at, okay? When it comes to the name and the contact information, okay, I understand that you may not get like an official name so early on now. So whoever you reach out to, whether it's through email or you're asking for permission, you can go ahead and just submit that information here. It could be a name and email. It could just be a name. Again, I'm flexible and understand that if this intent changes over the next couple of weeks, you just need to send me a private message and say, hey, Armando, I couldn't do the food bank. Instead, I'm going to be doing my local church. Just make sure that I give you the thumbs up for it, and then you can go ahead and proceed, okay? And then lastly is you're just going to include a quick description of the project, what you plan to do. So for example, if you're going to use, St. Mary's Food Bank, you plan to volunteer and distribute food at a local event coming up on XYZ date and time. That's it. Keep it brief. If you're going to serve as an usher at your local church, just describe what your activities will be. Keep it simple. If you're coaching, if you're at a nursing home, whatever you might be doing, if you're going to go into a local school and read to kids, again, use whatever experience that you can do, but just going to provide a quick description in this description area. Once you do that, you will upload this form into the assignment area, and that will be it. Okay, so again, I don't think I've ever rejected a student from a volunteer experience. Just make sure that it's healthy, proactive, and something that aligns with our Christian worldwide view inside of GCU. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through the reflection assignment, and there's a couple of steps that you need to take here. So make sure that you watch all the steps. I'm actually going to do it for you so you can see an example, and then all you need to do is to repeat the process because again, success leaves clues. So you're going to find this core value exercise under your topic 2 resource. And again, this is why I like you clicking on topic 2 on the left-hand side here, because that opens up all of the resources that you need for this particular topic. You are going to find the one that's called Core Values, and you're going to see that there's a hyperlink right here. Once you click on the hyperlink, that's going to take you to another section of the website within GCU. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on there now, and I'm going to go ahead and show my screen so you can see what it's going to look like. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, and just to save some time for me on this video, is you have to choose 25 basic values from this list right here. Okay, so take the time, because this is also going to be a part of your assignment that you are going to do in the future as well with your personal model of leadership. So don't just pick any 25, pick the top 25 that you think match who you are the best. But for time purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and click on 25 of these in a row just to get to the next section of the assignment. So you can see here, until you don't click 25, you are not going to be able to proceed on this section of the assignment. So you're going to go all the way to 25. And then when you get to 25, you are going to see that the button to go forward is going to activate. At that point, you're going to go ahead and click on that button, and it's going to take you to the next screen and just follow the directions. Now you have to basically go from narrowing your 25 down to 12. This is going to help you become a better leader. So again, I'm going to go ahead and pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Once you've chosen your 12, it is going to unlock the forward button for you to move forward within this particular assignment. Now you are going to narrow this down, and you see that there's a quote here that says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Proverbs 4:23. You're going to click on the got it. You're going to follow the directions. You want to basically narrow these down to 6. So again, just to save time, I'm going to go ahead and click on 6 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that's going to unlock the next section for you. You are going to click the forward tab, and you can see here now you have some directions. These are the core values based on what I chose and what the system gave me. So I'm going to click download. Now, when you click download here, you are going to be able to save this to your laptop, computer, or whatever device you are using. And this is going to be submitted as part of your assignment for this reflection piece in topic 2. Okay, so now that you've completed part 1, I'm going to walk you through part 2, and then in just a few minutes, I'm actually going to show you the template that you are going to follow for this assignment, and then I'm going to walk you through that template as well. So let's just go over a couple of basic things because it's written on here in black and white, but a couple things that you should know. The minimum word count is 650 words. Just so you know, I do not deduct points for students who go over the word count. You only lose points if you don't meet the minimum threshold, which in this example is 650 words. So make sure that you're 650 plus, and that does not include the references, okay? So that's kind of my style when it comes to the word count. You are going to interject these 5 main points in your reflection, which we will go over in the template here in just a minute. Now, this section is very important, okay? Make sure that you have supporting citations in every section of your work. This is how you avoid plagiarism claims. So if you read something, if your thought process was based on something you read, a journal, an article, a resource inside of the course, you want to give the proper credit. So make sure that in every paragraph, you have at least one citation or more that gives credit to those different sources that generated your idea from, or something that you read from the book, because again, that's how you can avoid issues with plagiarism. Some of the general requirements, there will be an APA style guide. So again, I'm about to show you the template. The template is a perfect APA style. If you submit that template, which will be required of you, 95% of your APA should be done. The only thing that you will need to do is to add, obviously, your own in-text citations, but you're going to see the proper format inside of this template, okay? There is a rubric to this assignment, so make sure that you click on this link right here if you want to actually see the rubric and how the points are going to be awarded, okay? That's always very important. And then please understand that we are using the Lopes Wright plagiarism detector. So again, that should really be at, 0 to 1% maybe, because it's your original content. And then keep in mind, when it comes to the actual quotations, you cannot quote more than 10% on any assignment. Those are GCU rules. And again, for my courses and my assignments, you really don't even need quotation marks because you're not going to really be quoting anything that anyone said. You should be paraphrasing what you read. Now, if there's, for example, the top 10 servant leadership characteristics, okay, from Greenleaf, okay, you don't even need to put that in quotes. You would list the 10, but you would give the proper credit to avoid the plagiarism issues. Okay, so that's kind of a nutshell what the assignment is all about. If you have any more questions, you can always ask me in a private message. But let's go ahead and dive deeper now, and let me show you the template that you are going to be using for this assignment, and then I'm going to walk you through some ideas for every section of the template. Okay, so this is your template. This is your APA title page. Your title page should look exactly like this. The only thing that you are changing is obviously your name. You're adding our course number and course title, and you're adding my name there, and you are adding the due date of the assignment. Okay, so once you do that, if your page does not look like this, if you do not submit a title page like this, you are going to risk getting the assignment returned to you and or losing points for APA already starting off with the title page. Okay, now notice there are page numbers in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, so again, you are going to have this template, which is going to have the page numbers for you already. And if you need more pages, then make sure that you add the additional pages as you go through. So your first section, okay, you've got the basically title here of the assignment, and you're going to start off with a quick introductory paragraph. This can be very brief, just 2 to 3 sentences, okay? 2 to 3 sentences, introducing what you are going to be discussing in this section here, and I give you some ideas, okay? The introductory paragraph necessarily doesn't need to be cited because it just should be 2 or 3 sentences in what you plan to talk about, and that's kind of like the intro to any type of writing that you probably learned back in high school and you should be doing here at the college level as well. Then you want to go ahead and have this APA header right here, and you want to identify your 6 core values. Again, this was chosen by the first piece of the assignment that we just walked through together. So you want to go ahead and list and define your values, right? You want to define each word and explain what it personally means to you, okay? And here is where you want to integrate supporting material from our text, course resources, or leadership literature. So this is really where you go back into your topic 2 resources and some of the readings, the book, and you want to go ahead and cite and make a connection, maybe compare and contrast. If you had leadership as one of your top 6, well, how does your leadership style compare to servant leadership or another form of leadership? And that's where you would cite a piece of literature or research that you have read to help you put this together. Then you want to jump into the summary of principles and spiritual alignment to core values. Again, provide a concise summary of what is important to you based on your values. Okay, so it's based on the 6 that you chose. You want to reflect on this Bible verse right here. Again, discuss which of these spiritual attributes align most with your core values. So you can see what we're doing here is you are interweaving in this assignment. The base is your 6 core values, and then the research that you're going to do should tie into your values, why they do or why they don't. And it's okay if you are unaligned with a particular value with something you read. That's the good piece of writing essays, and that's the good piece of comparing and contrasting. They don't always need to smooth, or you need to be in agreement. If you disagree with something, let us know. And that's where you write that in this section here when it comes to the summary of spiritual alignment to core values. Then you're going to do the exact same thing here when it comes to the benefits of the core values provide to guide discussions. Okay. Discuss how your values, okay, and that's a typo right here, which I am going to fix. Okay. Discuss how your values, thank you, is guiding you in facing difficult choices. Okay. So be specific and use one of the two examples of challenging decisions. Okay. And how those values influenced your actions. So here you're going to think of something challenging that's happened to you in your life, and you want to basically go through how your values either helped you in that situation or maybe didn't help you in that situation. Okay. And so you're going to talk about that in this section right here. Then you're going to go into a deepened understanding of core values and emotional intelligence. Again, explain how reflecting on your values helps you grow as a leader. This is where you want to connect research to those values as well, and go a little bit deeper, self-reflection into effective leadership of yourself and others. So this gives you an opportunity to go a little bit deeper in your own personal model of leadership and make the connection between values, leadership, and research. And that's what goes in this piece right here. And then you're going to go into our last main section, which is the core values not selected. Okay, identify one value that did not make your top 6. Okay, compare it to your chosen values. How is it different? Okay, what does it add? Discuss why it might be significant for others to rank it highly, or who rank it highly. Okay, and then you want to support this with at least one scripture reference. Okay, watch this last line right here. Okay, it doesn't have to be a leadership reference. It's one scripture reference. So a core value you did not choose, okay, why it may or may not be significant, and then you want to make that spiritual connection in this last section here. And then in the conclusion, you want to just go ahead and do a quick summary of your paper. Okay, you want to add that in here. And then lastly, you want to have your reference page. Now notice the formatting on the reference page. You've got your reference APA bold header centered, and then look at the spacing. You always start with the left-hand margin. Your references are in alphabetical order, and then the indentation starts in lines 2 and beyond of any given reference, and it's about 6 spaces over, okay, according to APA 7th edition. So you want to start 6 spaces over, and then you would start line 2. Okay, if you've got more than 2 lines, this is the way it will look, just like this. Okay, the indentation remains 6 spaces over, and then these are aligned over here on this side. Okay, so your reference page should look just like this. So when I provide you the template and you download that template, you can basically interject your references into the template, and the spacing should hold as well. Okay, so those are the assignments due in topic 2 or week 2. And all I need you to do for me, and it's free, is to hit the like button. And why is that important? Well, because with YouTube's algorithm, this video might reach a fellow student of yours, a fellow peer that maybe is taking this exact same course, maybe now or maybe in the very near future, who has another professor who maybe doesn't do video tutorials, and that would help them see this video and get a little guidance, just like I'm guiding you, to make their life a little bit easier. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you watched until the end. If you have any questions, you can send me a private message inside of our course. And if you're good to go, I will see you in the topic 3 assignment video. Thanks for watching.